Glad you joined us today at What Is It Like to Eat at Deep South Homestead. Today is day 7. Today's going to be one of my favorite days because we're talking about something I really like, sweets. We're going to be using the gluten-free cookbook from America's Test Kitchen, and we're going to be making pancakes. So I'm using a combination of coconut, almond, and regular baking flour. Don't these look awesome? I had enough to store for a few days. Every morning I start off with a cup of coffee and I put honey in it. I had gotten away from drinking French vanilla creamer, and so now it's only honey. And this is what our breakfast looks like today. We have eggs for Danny, pancakes, and a variety of syrups. We have maple, honey, we have our cane syrup, we have jellies and jams, we even have shagbark hickory syrup and all kinds of things. So if you want variety, add any of these to your pancakes. Look, we even have blueberry syrup and we have pear syrup. All these things. There's just such a variety when you check out canning your own fruits and vegetables. And then making pancakes. You can eat them for snacks or breakfast, but whatever. And for lunch today, I'm having a salad. I foraged in the greenhouse for a little bit of it. Danny's having his hamburgers, his sweet potato fries, along with some carrots and Marconi peppers. Today we're going to be talking about sweets. Lots of things we have to have. Sweets is one for the brain to function. You have to have some type of sugar in your brain. So we buy a lot of pure cane sugar. May not be the best, but we use it a lot when we're canning our jams and jellies. I use it in my desserts. And so you've got to have sugar, guys. The brain can't function without it. But I also try to buy some of the organic organic sugar. It works really well. You can use it the same way you use white sugar. It's just way more expensive, guys. Just what you want to buy. We keep a supply of honey, maple syrup, molasses, agave. Look, that shelf is half full of stuff like that. I keep a lot of sweet stuff because I know we've got to have it to function. And we also have a supply of cane syrup. Now, it's not a very big supply yet, but this year we're planning on making more than we did last year. And we've increased our field to twice the size. We've got our cane squeezer, our mill running. And hopefully, if we can get it done, we're going to try and have our own cooking pan and building for it made. So all that's in the works this year. So be looking for the cane syrup to just be made late October, I can imagine. On top of that, we have jams and jellies. I have fig, strawberry, peach, blackberry, and we even have applesauce. Lots and lots of applesauce. We have some blackberry jellies. We have pear jelly. That's blueberry jelly. There's mayhaw and other kinds of huckleberry. Then we have whole figs. Quite a few of whole figs that can be made into fig Newtons. We have applesauce. Like I said, lots of applesauce. We have pears. Danny eats quite a bit of pears, usually every morning. We have apples and more applesauce. Here, strawberry and pear syrup. And if all else fails, stevia. We have several plants of stevia. It grew really well in our herb garden this year, and we're going to be planting it again. Right now, I have 3 of these nice sized plants growing in the greenhouse. And stevia is an excellent way to deal with sugar. I take and pick off the leaves and dry them, dehydrate them, and crush them. So we have a supply of dried stevia also. Supper tonight is steak fries. Chop up a few potatoes. I've got my cast iron going. cooking them in peanut oil. And then we have tacos. You can make tacos out of anything. This is ground beef, but you can use ground pork, ground chicken, ground deer, ground rabbit. It doesn't matter. Pour some taco seasoning in it. You got tacos. So here we have our supper for tonight, tacos and French fries. So guys, having a cellar full of food is great, but you have to have a cellar full of food that you will eat. This didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen in one season of canning. This is an accumulation of probably 3 years of Danny and I's life and a couple of years before that he canned. We've gotten rid of anything that was older than that, so anything here is at least less than 5 years old. But every summer we're very vigilant. We can what we have. So it takes a while to do this. You don't just jump into it and can unless you're just a canning fanatic. And each year, lots of people can a lot, but they eat it during the winter. We over-canned the last 3 years, so we would have enough to, if something happened, we have a crop failure. At least we still have some for the next, till we have another year to plant. Our apples did not do very much this year. Our peaches didn't do very well. So we had put up quite a few the year before. That fills in the gap. Many of you want to know, would I get tired of the same food all the time? Overall, we have a variety. I mean, look at this, a huge variety. I can take and make it any way I want. It's not like I'm opening a jar of beans and eating beans. Or opening a jar of squash and eating squash. You learn to hide it in foods, fix it in other ways. That's the beauty of using your food storage. Someone asked, did we do dried beans and rice? Danny and I both are not real big dried bean eaters. Now I kind of like black-eyed peas. Danny likes the white beans some. We both will eat red beans and rice a little, but we don't do that very often. And not that we don't. We have the rice, we have the beans stored. If you want to eat beans and rice all the time, okay, but I want to eat something else. I like my vegetables. I like fresh vegetables. I like canned vegetables. I like frozen vegetables. Meat's the only thing we're lacking in right now, and we're working on that. The rabbits will be butchered shortly, so we'll have rabbit for a while. Have a few more chickens to butcher. Right now we do still buy chicken when it's on sale, but we will have our own for a while now. The lambs, we haven't had a baby lamb yet, so we're not into getting our meat up to standards there yet, but soon we're hoping this summer to kind of branch into buying a few more sheep and getting into that, because the lamb is really better for you than beef. But we do buy beef from a local butcher, so it's pretty good. We don't have too much problems with that. We do buy meat on sale when it's on sale, because I do believe in being frugal. And many of you, you know, you have to live within your means. So if you buy meat that is on sale, buy it. If you find canned goods on sale, we don't buy a lot of cans in aluminum cans or whatever they make them out of now. But if that's in your budget and that's all you have, then buy the cans. If they go 2 for $1, buy them. At least have some kind of food storage and learn to cook with it. Invent new ways to cook. That's all I did. I've not always cooked this way. I guess as my kids were growing up, it was more pizzas and hamburgers and French fries and junk food. Hamburger Helper. I had peas and beans, but for the most part, it was stuff out of a grocery store. So coming out here to Deep South 3 years ago, I changed the way I cooked. I learned to use what we had available. And at the end of the month, I'm going to show you guys what it cost us per month to live, or this month. And I'm going to add up what we will have to buy next month in the store that we've used this month. I will add up how many jars that we have used this month, how much meat that we've used. Probably just guessing, meat's going to be our biggest expense. Until we can get our meat under control and we can eat from our place, I'm going to guess meat's going to be my biggest expense. So I hope you've enjoyed the series. Look for the recap at the end of the month. Not sure what I'll call it yet, but it'll be something about what is it like to eat at Deep South. Probably have some dollar signs or something there, so be looking for that. And I'm glad you guys enjoyed this series. I'm going to have my cookbook available again. I'm reordering. If anybody wants to pre-order, I'm going to throw it out there now. The cookbook is called Cooking Southern Style with Deep South Homestead. I'm going to put in the description box below the information about it if you want to pre-order. If not, they will be in around March the 20th, I believe. And so we're going to be taking some of them to the Great Appalachian Homestead Conference with Patera. You guys, she did a great job last year with the food storage challenge. I advise each of you to try the challenge, if not for just a week. Using only your food storage. Don't go buy anything else. Use what you have on hand for a week and decide, hey, am I going to get tired of eating this? If you have a proper food storage, you're not going to have to worry. Thank you from Deep South Homestead.